Josh Oakar's the fastest man on the planet. Is he also the fastest healer? I've seen he's been named in the extended reserves. Is he actually a chance this week?
No, he's done everything possible. He's worked 24/7 with the physios to get himself ready, but just come up a bit short. But he'll be right next week.
Has he been training? So it was a cartilage damage, right? This is what I think how Gus explained it on Monday night. Can you give him a bit more clarity into what it is? Because it sounds like it's a bit of a random one.
Yeah, it is a bit random. We thought it was the AC and the clavicle, but there's a bit more going on there. But he's done really well to put himself in a position to play. But at the moment, it's not worth the risk, and Connor Tracy will come in and take his position.
Was he begging you to get out there?
Oh, he did really well at the start of the week. On Monday, there was no chance he was playing, and then Tuesday morning he came in and he was really good and adamant that he was going to be right. But yesterday, this morning, not as good. So it's only round 2 and we've got Connor Tracy there ready to go. So it just wasn't worth the risk.
How much of a luxury is it, Cam, to have a guy like Connor Tracy or even Bronson Xerri as well at your disposal? So many options.
Yeah, we've got we've been able to build some really good depth over the last 12 months, and Connor was there. He didn't do much of the pre-season being injured, but he's trained really well the last couple of weeks, and he's a quality player and deserves his opportunity. And it's really cool that he gets to go back down to Shark Park and have his first game as a Bulldog.
I guess given that there are a few options there, could we see maybe a bit of movement in that back line to start the season, given that you do have a lot of great players at your disposal?
No, the backline playing this week will have a lot to say about that, but not thinking that far ahead, just thinking about the team we've got going to Cronulla tomorrow and them getting the job done.
I was just going to mention Connor, the yellow club factor. Does that help pick him for this weekend in particular?
No. He's forced his way in. It's got nothing to do with that. Connor's done really well. He's fitted into the group. He's a good guy who wants to work hard, and we're really lucky to have him. And it was just unfortunate that he came here with an injury and missed a lot of the pre-season. But I'm really excited that he gets his opportunity in round 2.
Having that storyline of Connor being able to play was the same temptation to throw Bronson in and get back down to Shark Park?
No, I'm not about picking teams on storylines. We're just picking the team who's trained the best and earned their positions, and Bronson will get his chance down the line. But at the moment, Connor gets his opportunity tomorrow, and we're really excited for him.
We saw the defensive resilience last week with next to no possession in that first half. How long are you hoping it takes the attack to click with a lot of new guys in key positions? How long are you expecting that to click into the best version of the Bulldogs?
I think it'd be quicker if we get 50-50 ball and give ourselves a chance to play some footy. Obviously really happy with the defence last week, but we had to do too much of it. So just looking to get down there this weekend and give ourselves a chance by getting an even share of possession, and I'm sure we'll be better than what we were last week. But I'm not expecting miracles either. It's a new team, new systems, and we just got to be able to get ourselves a fair share of possession and keep ourselves in the game there.
Have you mentioned that game from last year in Cronulla was a fairly low point for the team last year? A lot of injuries, a lot of guys in the middle, but have you lent on that, or is that the sort of performance you guys just completely flushed?
We've got 7 or 8 new players that weren't there, and probably more than that, so I don't think there's any point in mentioning what happened last year.
Yeah. How have Zane Tedvano and Danny Sleep-Feeder settled in?
Yeah, really well. Zane's been around. He understands the systems and what we're trying to do here, and he's been really impressed with what he's walked into. But he'll take a bit of time to get going. He hasn't played much footy in the last 12 months, but he's already had an impact with the way he trains and the way he helps our young middles understand what the NRL looks like and what it takes. And Daniel's only just come to us. He's just in rehab, but he's a big body, and hopefully we'll see more of him later in the year. But he's a bit more of a longer-term project for us, and we're really lucky to have him here as well.
Do you have a ballpark time when they might be available, Lester?
No, Zane's playing reserve grade, so he's just he'll just be plugging away, looking for an opportunity, and Daniel's still a couple of months away.
Are you still on the lookout for more middles, or is it kind of happy with where they're at with those two coming in?
Not thinking about that at the moment. I'm thinking about going to Cronulla tomorrow and hopefully getting 2 points. So, that's down the track.
Big news yesterday with Max King putting pen to paper for another few years. He seems to have been a real constant and a shining light in the middle for you guys. Can you tell us just how important his re-signing is and what he adds? Max is
a huge re-signing for us. He's such a good guy. He comes here every day wanting to work hard. He really trusts in what we're trying to do here, and he's been a strong driver of those standards and processes that we've got. And I'm sure he had some interest outside of our club, but to see him commit to the Bulldogs for the next few years is really pleasing signs, and he's someone we want to be able to build our pack around.
With just back on Josh Oakar with his recovery, I know you were saying in the pre-season he's never been this physically good, and
Yeah.
he's only eating meat, and mentally and physically has transformed. How much of a difference will that make in the recovery process as well, knowing that basically he's the best he's ever felt?
Yeah, I think just the work he's put in the pre-season helped him be a chance for this weekend. I think he's 4 or 5 kilos heavier than last year and a hell of a lot more fitter. So he's done a really good job, Josh, in the pre-season. And while it's unfortunate to get a little mishap in round one, it's a long way to go in the season. He's going to play a big part of it, and I'm really impressed with just not only what he's done in the pre-season, but just this week. Doing physio around the clock, at night, at the physio's house, just ticking every box possible, just showing what a professional looks like, and he's really laid the foundation for some of our younger guys in terms of getting back from injury.
Someone was saying that he's doing extra gym sessions outside, like he's doing what you guys do, then going home, doing more training.
I think you see him on Instagram, he puts them all on there. So.
But what does that say about like his commitment, like that he's working his ring off here and then going back and doing the same thing?
Oh, it just says that he wants to have a really good year. It shows how committed he is to being the best footballer that he can be, and I think he likes how his body's looking with the extra gym session, so it probably says more about that.
Is that something, like he probably would admit he wouldn't have done that last year? Have you noticed, would you agree that it is in a sense a new Josh Adokar?
Yeah, I feel like it is. I feel like I've only known him just over 12 months, but the way he's come back to pre-season this year, the extra gym sessions and the sacrifice he's making off the field, he's really leading the way there for us, and I think it's going to come out in his footy. I know it will. We just got to get him back from this little mishap and back onto the field.
Saw Matty Johns talking about Matt Burton in the centres. I know you picked the team, not Matty Johns, but you have seen what Matt can do in the centres. Is there a case to be had that maybe he can spend some time in?
Well, he's at 5'8" at the moment. Everyone knows Matt is able to play centre, and he's won a grand final there and played rep footy there, but he's also got some really good attributes about his game at 5'8". Last week he kept us in the game with his kicking game, and when we're on the back foot, when teams are on the back foot, that's a really hard thing to do, and I think he did a great job of that last week. Does he need to get more involved? 100%. Our teams, when he touches the ball, good things happen, and our team benefits from it. So we want to get him in those positions this week. He's working really hard. He's put himself in those positions at training, and so we'd like to see it come out tomorrow. But we all know Matt can be a great centre, but I think he can be a great 5'8" as well.
So just talk to commentary. Get to Matt? Is he the type of guy that can get to? In the back of his head, people telling him that he needs to be a centre and not a half?
I don't know, it's probably a question for Matt, but what I have seen of him this week, he's come in, head held high and working hard, so I'm not seeing any of that get to him at the moment, but it's hard to escape it at times. But we're spending a lot of time on being able to try and block out those distractions as well, so he's in a really good place.
And talk to me about the Sharks this week. I think they've won 11 of your past 13 games. What's your sort of focus for the week? Yeah.
No, I haven't been here for that, but we're just worried about this weekend. I'm not worried about what's happened in the past. They're a really good quality side, well coached, well drilled, quality players. I was really impressed with what they did last week. They had to show a lot of grit to get their way out of that game. They sort of missed the jump there, but good side. We're going to have to be at our best to beat them, but I'm more worried about us right now.